Oh boy. Alright. We're all charged up and full of energy now. So, as much as I kind of want to do things in order, and I'm also kind of curious about this aerial combat shuttle, I think I really want to do the whale. Now, the thing about the whale, I could approach it an infinite number of different ways. But there are two in mind that I'm particularly wondering about. On the one hand, I could try to be as efficient as possible and use as much of the whale as I possibly could. Or I could try to build it using as few blocks as possible and waste 90% of the whale, just throw most of it off the side and just put 2 little bits through. Depends. Do I want to stick it to the, oh, you can see the, shrink wrap. Just rolls the shrink wrap like what we have on Earth. Huh. Let's stick our face in here. Let's slide through it. Alright, my biggest problem is, do different parts of the whale produce different kinds of meat, or is it just the 2 machines? That's my biggest question. So the first thing we need is an answer on that. So, keep going. Is there a limit to how many I can have at once? Perfect. Okay, so our first question will be pretty simple to answer. I will just test it like... No. This rather absurd test. This is just absurd. Whatever. Hey, whatever works, right? I need information, and this is the easiest way to get it. Yeah. Okay, this feels kind of awesome. I want to put this at the front of a gummy ship in Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so this is the stupidest way we could process the whales. This is the dumbest thing in the world. Ah. Oh my gosh! Okay. So, success? Okay, all of this is white, though. Okay. Yeah, I don't care. Okay. What part is actually making it in is the bottom part. That is producing... Excuse me, I seem to be in the grinders. That wasn't supposed to happen. We're talking about this is the greatest solution ever. Okay, so the question is, where on the whale is the red meat? I thought the red would have been the bottom because, well, I mean, because it's red. But apparently not. So, what part of you is the red meat? Maybe it's in the eye? Is it in the eye? It's Probably not in the eye. Well, the packaging isn't giving me any clues. It's just red. Well... Alright then. Alright then. Fine. Wait. Alright, here's a thought. Let's try this. Okay. Right. Fair enough. I guess. Oh man, that apartment one was one of the hardest. That one took me forever. So, I'll just, come over here and put a, 6. Oh, that's stupid. Why did I do that? That was dumb. And obvious. I'll just, put this back. Yeah, the apartment one was really tough, though. Whoops. No, don't do that. Alright, then. Well, so be it. Actually, why not? So we're gonna grind off the whole bottom. But it's gonna be sitting up there. So what you need is a 6 here. Alright. Crap! I'm not thinking this through properly. Crap. Okay. All I want to know is what part of the meat is in what part of the whale. That's it. So, bottom layer removed. Red! Red meat. 3 red meat. Why 3 red meat? Why red meat? I think I know. I think I get it. White and then red. I get it. Okay. So what's going on is... Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, the outer layer produces white because the outer layer is blubber on a whale. The meat, the red meat, is not on any of the outside tiles. Oh, this is gonna be a pain to sort. So, the first red meat tile is in here, in this row. There are 3 red meat tiles. Then here... right. We basically just get... 3 rows and 3... I think I only really need a couple whales if I was at maximum efficiency. Which I won't be. I won't be using as much as the whale as possible, I don't think. I could try just making... Ugh, this is kind of a pain. Yep. Yeah, sorry, I didn't look over at chat in a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. So... boy, I don't know. How are we gonna approach this? This is a very different logistical problem from any I've faced previously. Oops. No, I meant to land here. Oh, come on! I want to perch on the ground. Like an anime character, my scarf blowing in the wind behind me. I'm sure that there's some crazy complicated way to use the most out of the whale. But I'm not going to concern myself with that. I just want the meat and the blubber separated. Blubber is easy enough to get, but the whale is... Only blubber is coming out of this side, but this is the side that wants the meat. So, I ship the blubber that way, and then divide it up, and then you, the meat can come out of you, and come this way. I could use a lifter. I think this is the first puzzle I should figure out is on this side. I could try to push the whale over. Oh, yeah, that would be easy. If I move the whale over so that the front end of it is all blubber coming here, then the meat would be pushed over. Perfect. What if I just... Alright. Show me what happens if I do this. Okay. That puts us exactly where I want. I could just grind off the end of the tail. That's not a problem. We're gonna make the most wasteful meat factory ever! That'll show the aliens to trust us. Oops, no. Look at that, already wasting the tips of the tails. Alright. Part 1 complete. Now what? God, no matter how I approach this, I'm going to waste most of the whale. I can't just cut the whale. I have to disintegrate blocks of it. Man, what I wouldn't give for a knife. Eviscerators don't come facing up or down. No. Doggone it. They should be able to face up and down. Fine, whatever. I don't want to waste so much whale, but what else am I gonna do? Yep. Hello, what's that? Bone? What happens if bone gets in the processing? Do bones not count? I need to pay attention to that bone. I also need to make sure I keep the eyeball piece. I need to make sure that the aliens get lots of eye meat. Wouldn't want them getting a deficiency of eyeballs in their diet. Is it really... Should be a more elegant way. Okay. That... Yeah. Okay. So if I did that one more time... further down the line. If I do this, I don't think I can really get more efficient than that. So that gives you all the blubber you could possibly want. Good grief. How much blubber am I getting out of one whale that way? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15 per whale. And that's just off the front. Now we have all of this. Now the biggest problem is that the first piece and the last piece coming through here are going to be blubber. That's my great difficulty. Also, I don't think that input wet rate is an issue. I can push it up all the way. Yeah, that has no impact on this whatsoever. Unless I were to do something a lot crazier and smarter than I'm capable of. Alright, so... I don't want to waste the rest of the whale! I don't! Such a waste is just offensive! Yeah, I'll get to that. You're right about that. God, it's just such a waste. God. Alright. Really should try to find an elegant way to process the whole freaking thing. But I'm lazy. I really should preserve that eyeball meat. Oops. This is a lot of blocks. There has to be a more elegant way of doing things. Okay, so... once again, we do this. Now... whatever. Okay. Obviously. Okay, that first layer is entirely blubber. Right. That bone is probably going to cause me problems. I have to somehow... well, obvious... No. Obviously, I don't need the top layer either. That only gives me 2 rows. Suppose I may as well do that while I'm at it. Okay. That works out surprisingly well, all things considered. Yeah, I know. I need a sorter. Factorio would have given me a sorter. Yeah, so we can actually be way more efficient about this over here. Alright, we can turn our input rate down and see if that helps with the spacing. Well, I don't need that much space. Sheesh. That's gonna work. Oh, look at all those tails. I need a space. To go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1 is what I need. Push, pass, 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 push. Followed by a push, pass, 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 push. But then we have has to be an even gap between them before I can go any further. This is giving me a clean gap of 1 space between each of them now. So it's push, space, 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 push, space, push. How the hell am I going to get a pattern like that out of this? I might have to grind up part of the whale to just use for the sensors. Hold on. How does that first one come through? It's all perfectly spaced. Alright. Sensor to push the slice into it's a thought, sense, push. If I controlled the input, if I used a pusher to push it in, and then stuff comes to here. You push it out. Then you let 3, and then you push it out. And then over here, the next one gets fed in. And the next one gets fed in. And you repeat. But what do I put the sensor to that does push, gap 3, push? I need a push, gap 3, push. Well, what about this lovely tail here? Isn't that perfect? It's exactly what I need. Provided for on the very whale I am disassembling. Now I suppose I could just make it a long-ass pipe. Stream. Where would I put those tails? I wouldn't want them cluttered up back here. I suppose I could throw the tails off the side of the mountain. I could, yeah. If I cut it right here, I could then just have a track. Problems. Ugh. Ugh. Of course, it has to time perfectly, but that could be done by just placing it in a different spot. Oh, I know what I could do with the tails. Shoot. It's good and obvious, too. Okay. This is not close enough, right? Yep. That's what I thought. Okay. 6. And then just, 9. Trick. Go away. Problem solved! Yeah! An endless number of whale tails flying off into the stratosphere, but I don't care! That's somebody else's problem. That's somebody else's problem. Okay. That's the essential piece. Now we have to get the spacing correct. God, this is so ridiculously wasteful. It's offensive, it is. Offensive, I say, to be so wasteful. Ugh. Okay. Now I just need to get the timing of it right, so... Oh! No, you did it wrong. Oh, shit, because, yeah, that would be a problem, because you slow it down by 1 step when you push. Oh, this is a problem. This is a problem I don't have a solution for. Oh, man, the whale tails was such a perfect setup. Way I could keep it flowing. If there's a way I could keep it flowing without oh, wait a minute. I just can't. I was just hit by a blindingly obvious thing that obsoletes that entire thing. Yeah, okay. Blindingly obvious solution. Yeesh. Wow, this is This is, yeah. Wow. So much simpler. Wait. Hold on. I need 3. Not 2. 3. Hold on. Okay, this is a little bit of a problem, perhaps. Just a little bit. But there's a gap of 3, and I could just push the 2 off, and that would leave me with the 3 meats. But I just had an even better solution. Wait a minute. I really like the idea of pushing the tails into the sky, though. So, whatever else happens, they're dealing with an unending stream of flying whale tails. Because I'm not giving up on that concept. Even if it has no purpose, just whale tails to the sky. Okay, see, actually, all I really need to do, and this is stupid obvious now that it hit me, is this. Then I just grind off these 2. Except not in this particular spot. We can do it over here, it's fine, right? Yeah, it's fine, plenty of space. So, I just go ba-doop. Then, all I do is I put a pair of grinders here. Wait, no, that's stupid. Whatever. Let's see this. That's too close still, but let me see exactly. Ew. Don't turn like that. That's stupid. Alright, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Okay. Well, obviously that wouldn't work. No, wait. 8! Perfect! Oh! Okay. Whoops. No, don't do that. Okay, fine. Do that. I don't even care. I'll just show off. Alright. Okay. Now, what's gonna need to happen is... Wait, showing off is stupid. It's messing me up. Okay. I need merely have it turn back the correct direction. Something like that? And if I turn up the input rate to the limit, it should all still work. Nothing should break. Yeah. Except I just had an entire thing of meat get run through the grinder a second ago. Oh well, small glitches like that. Eventually it builds up, but... it's fine. That's at max input rate. Usually things go more horribly wrong when I do that. Okay, so from here... now that side's getting a hell of a lot more blubber than we're getting meat. So what I should do... is pop a couple more holes in and process more meat. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Maybe not quite there. Maybe I should get that eyeball meat. Get it through. Let's see. I'd have to turn it. I'd have to do everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's enough space for me to do it. We're getting that eyeball meat. Okay, let's see. So, if I were to just copy this setup here with my... Can I just copy? No, I can't copy. I can only move. Crud, I have to do it all by hand. Fine, whatever. I'll do it by hand. I don't want this to get in the way of the turning, though. It shouldn't. This should work. Man, it would be elegant if I could get it on the same grinder. But no, it would cause logistical nightmares. So what happens if I do this? Oh! Oh, that row interferes. You can't turn. That row interferes, so you can't turn. Okay. And if I try to turn the other way? Oh yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. But I could get the meat to match the blubber if I just had more. No, I haven't checked to see what happens with the eyeball or the bone. We'll experiment with that when I finish this. We'll see just what happens with the eyeball and the bone for fun. You know what? Fine. We'll pretend I was going for lowest block count. Yeah, that's the ticket. In fact, I could probably win this, but I'm not going to delete the drills yet. All right, let's sort things. So we need these to go to different ones. So some of you go straight. So let's see. Push one that way, then that'll get them away. Well, maybe not quite that elegant. And of course, I'll have to set it to time to something. I don't know what I'll sense yet. Sense motive. No, that won't work. Okay. Okay. So something senses and pushes. And does that a lot. And I could pretty much use the same setup here, although this one is going to be going faster. That actually doesn't matter in the least. Because I can't win until both sides are done anyway. So an overflow doesn't really hurt me, so all of this could be attached to the same sensor. Now all I need is something to sense and push. And the obvious choice is to sense here. So every time one of them gets there, it should sense. And then... no, I don't need that one. Whatever, we'll get back to that. Okay! This should work. This should be all. Okay. Up, the sensor cannot sense when it's hit the teleporter. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. It would have been the perfect moment to sense. To scan and send. In that case, the only solution is... No. I need the whole up. I have the hardest time with this selection tool. Come on. Yeah, that'll work, kinda. Okay, well, sort of. Alright, so... Okay. Except that one is supposed to be here, facing this way. Yes, like that. Okay, so that pushes that way, that pushes that way. Okay, this ends up going here. Oh, no, fork. I meant this goes to here. And this goes that way. Okay, everything's good. So, all I need to do is scan this moment. Okay. Success? Please, success? Okay, yeah, huge lard overflow into the central bank over there, and woo! It works. It's perfect on the meat side, and the blubber side will match it exactly. The fact that a ton of extra blubber is going to the central one is, well, just the way it is. Now let's try to get away with a low block score, because we can. Can I get away with this absurdity? Whale butts to the sky. This will eventually cause a problem. The only question is, do I win before it causes a problem? Oh, it's jammed into the machine real good. Is there enough meat on the line? No, there isn't. It would have been so funny, though, because the aliens did this test to make it go 10 to make sure that your factory works. And then the moment you leave, it, like, you pass the test and then it all fails. It would have been perfect. Perfect, I say. But you know what? I can solve this, too. With the same absurd answer. Okay, I like that answer even more. Except, oh no, it's too tall. Well, it gives me twice as much to work with. Oh, it eventually interferes. Pooh. I just want to throw them into space and call it good. fine. There. Well, we had to take the tops off of them. There. Your remainder of whale is left in the sun, which isn't good for it, but what can you do? Everything works. Now, our last trick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check to make sure I didn't do anything stupid. Nope, it's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it doesn't really matter where the last piece is. And then over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at this point, I'm not going to shortchange it any. Except for here. I didn't do something stupid, did I? Everything should work, right? Nothing broke when I took all your pieces away? Ah, good. Success! I just love the whale parts just flying into space. We'll check the bones and eyes next. We'll come back into the puzzle just to... Oh no! Something broke! Okay. Oh, that's definitely not the right solution. Okay. Fixed. Look at that. They're turning sideways and getting stuck now. That wasn't happening before. Why? Let's watch closely. There. Okay. Let's try turning the input rate down. Doesn't feel like that actually turned the input rate down any. We'll put it down more. And that's where we get stuck. Alright, turn it down just a smidge more. This'll work. Let's turn it up one more. What? What? Yes, I'm squeezing for every little bit I can out of this. Something else occurs to me. I can save 2 more blocks. Ah, ha, 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 ha. 3 more blocks. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, I can't take another one away. The sensor pipe is holding it. Alright, there we go. Yeah! I have the best possible cycle score? I don't believe it. There has to be a faster method than what I did. My block score is really low, too. Well, how about that? Footprint, well... yeah. The ever-blowing whale parts into the sky probably impacts that somewhat. Though, apparently I wasn't the worst at it. Somebody must have just had whole whales stacked. Okay. We've got our solution. Now we just want to know what happens if we use the bone tile and the eyeball tile just for funsies. Alright. I just want to see what happens when I package these things. There's my bone. Bone. So I just want to stick these two in. So all I really need to do is just turn the input right down. Okay, we'll do them one at a time. Okay, eyeball into processor. What happens? It doesn't note. Oh, look, the eyeball is there. It gives a product error. They don't appreciate the eyeballs. Well, I'm surprised it actually... Okay. Bones. Wait, how'd I end up with that? Ugh, that's not right. Fix that. Oh, those won't do. Okay. Yep, there's the bone. Huh, and the bone would of course be unacceptable. The aliens demand a deboned whale. Okay. Well, that was awesome. We could do our performance review right now, but we have aerial combat shuttles, terrestrial drones, and relaxant Formula 13. Tree? I'm processing this world's plant life now. What is this? What am I looking at? Here, we need to look at the solution first. No failure logs lately. Maybe I'm the only person allowed to play with organic stuff. We do like to make proper buildings on this world. Well, as proper as they get. Look at all these unnecessary vents everywhere. It's like they heard about Earth architecture, but didn't, part of a tree, part of a thing, part of a thing. Three of the wood core goes down here. This thing goes on it and gets filled up with the tree sap. Okay, heartwood of tree go in here. Thingy go here. Cap go on. And I guess a piece of wood for good measure. Let's start simple. Roop. This game is so freaking cool. Test. Ah. Okay. I presume I'll have to have a pusher push it off that spot. Okay. But there's no roof! Or, I mean, there's a roof! The exact opposite problem of not having a roof. The roof is a problem! Can I please grind it away with some grinders? I'll just grind it up. Alright. I need 3 of your tiles. Ugh, what is... Ugh. Ah! Can I even fit 3 3 tiles up, or do I have to cut them apart? Well, if I cut here and here, I'd still get 3 tiles out of the tree. It is too tall to fit, isn't it? Okay. Okay. I'm so glad all the trees grew branches in exactly the same places. Otherwise, this might be difficult. Alright, what's the height I need you to be at? This height? Okay. That's the height. That's the height. So you fall here, right? Yes. That's exactly right. No, wrong button. Okay. Okay. And that little rim holds up the entire row because gravity is more like a guideline than a law. Naturally, this will support the trees. Okay, now we're going to have to set our grinders in place. That'll only give me a 2. I need 3. Okay. Well. If I do my cutting over here somewhere, like say here. Well. Okay, that answers that. The tree does not continue up into the leaves. Well, the trunk of the tree. I kind of hoped it would, but it does not. Alright. So that's what I need to know. That. Okay. Now you... No, don't do that. I suppose there could be a better way to take the leaves off. I could blast them into the sky again. Ho ho ho. Yes, I will. Oh, that's a problem. I won't. I will anyway. Yeah, it loses its ability to move forward. Its ability to move forward if it's not still connected. But its connectivity is the problem, isn't it? Which is easy enough to solve. Oh, that's a problem. Branches. Right. Right. No, it's not a problem. Now what? There. It's like removing hats. Yep, the leaves and sticks and things won't be constantly raining down and eventually gumming up all the machinery. No, this design is perfect. All right. Is it weird that I kind of want to crawl inside here and I don't even know what, sleep, play? I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's actually too tight a space, but it feels like it's not. It's not one tile, because it's 3 tiles wide, it feels expansive. Is it one? It's only 2. It's only 2 tiles, right? Yeah, it's only 2. Alright, what do I... Let's see. Okay. So all I need to do now is cut them down to size. Now, for that purpose, I could put a grinder here, but I'd only be getting 2 tiles at a time, and I need 3. Problem there. Well, actually, there's a stupid easy solution. I should go with the stupid easy solution. This is the only spot that's giving me a problem. So, obviously, what I should do is simply lower it 1... Hold on. Doing that again. If I lower it 1 tile, then I need only pitch one of these under it and a pusher. A pusher, 4. Is that? No, wait. Okay, that's the right spot. Followed by a 3 and a simple 5. Now what should happen? Oh wait, whoa, missing an important piece. Grinders! Greetings. You missed me processing a whale. A lot of whales, actually. I may have misplaced that slightly. Okay, let's see if this works. Yes! Now juice it! No good? Well, excuse me! You said you wanted the... Not the wood, the leaves! It wants the leaves! Oh! 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 Ah, complete misunderstanding. You don't want corkwood, you want leaves juiced for your relaxant formula. Crap, I built all of this wrong. I mean, I suppose I still need at least one part of the tree. Wow! But my Leave Sky Fortress must be disassembled now. It was a great idea. Alright, I need 3 leaves. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'll be doing Fall from Heaven next. and then, let's see. Well, I mean, I guess I can just do this. That's all the wood I'll need, right? Yeah. 3 of you, huh? Yeah, I'll be doing Fall from Heaven 2 next, and seeing what that's like. And, So, oh no, definitely need the eviscerator there. Yep, a little time off for me. Alright. Okay. Well, unfortunately, this block is only 4 across, not 5. It would have been so much easier if it had been 5. Alright. If I put an eviscerator here and here and there and there. Pain in the butt. No, if I rotate it. Okay. Well, it's a 4x4 square. Too deep. I could just slice the entire top off. That would probably be easiest for me. Or the bottom, either way. This is probably the easiest way to deal with this. Well, okay, except for that bit. Okay. So, now I just need to cut 3 pieces out of this and get them to go down this path. Well... I'll turn it into 2 rows. Then I have to cut them but in the fall I can do it all. Yes! Yes, I can! Okay. Let's observe. Well out of the way before the leaves fall. Oh, that's way too high. We'll go down to 6. Okay, so if I turn this... No. To this side. Okay, then I need merely FIA? What is FIA? Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I'll have to, hold on. 6, make sure that I'll figure the tree out later. Okay. Now. Stop! Okay, this is where we eviscerate. Okay. I guess one more out. Guess where I had it before was good. End up eviscerating here. And here. Oh, you've been to Fairbanks? I thought our airport was awful tiny. I've seen airports in other places, and they're like cities with more stores in them than we have in our entire town. You actually have made it here. Like, oh! Ah, poo. Well, that's no good. Fine. There! Okay, well, that's a start. Okay. Actually... No, what I should do is... an eviscerator here, and an eviscerator there, and a second one here. Ah! I've had a minimum of airport experience, but I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. Okay. Alright. Now, I could just stick in an eviscerator. Not over there! Here! Two leaves. I'm gonna have an excess leaf. That's fine. Okay. Then I can simply be alls like... Hell, I can just do it like this. Yeah. I went to New York a year ago. A little more than that now. Oops. Sorry, I'm repositioning myself a little. Went to Fairbanks International Airport. Then I went from there to... did I stop off in Anchorage? Or did I go to... God, I think I ended up at the Seattle one. And then we hopped. We actually ended up at a couple... We actually ended up on different airports on the trip back than we did on the trip down. And then the last time I had gone was to a Gen Con quite a lot of years back. I'd have to dig up my old Gen Con crap to figure out which year it was now. Quite a lot of years ago. And ended up at a big airport during that as well. Okay, let's see. Go. Uh-oh. I don't want to get a bunch... I don't want to get the wood and leaves mixed up in any way. But... I should really just give the wood a separate track. Or something. It'd be so much more efficient to use the same track, though, you know? It really would. I was a big Magic the Gathering fan, but actually I went to Gen Con for D&D reasons. I was younger. I had written a whole bunch of stuff. I had basically an entire book's worth of content, and I wanted to meet the people what made D&D, and they had just announced or switched to 4th edition, like right before the convention. So that probably dates it pretty well there. Yeah, it was a while back. Still haven't figured out that part yet. I could probably just kick the wood out somehow. The wood is going to need to be used elsewhere. I can probably figure out a way to just boot it off the track when it gets over here. If If I just watch the timing, I'll probably... Okay, wood, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4 wood. Ah, crap, we're inconsistent. Wood, 3 leaves. Wood, 4 leaves. Wood. Ugh. Inconsistent makes it really hard to deal with. Let's watch it again. From the top. The wood is equidistant. I can work with this. I can work with this. Maybe this is my solution here. Okay, what I need to know... Yes! This comes out in unison with the trees. Okay. This is the solution to my problem with the wood. But... Shame that counts as a wall. I need to get you through here. And then everything's gonna have to be fused together in there. It's gonna be kind of a mess. But... Yeah, no, I loved Magic the Gathering. I didn't really ever get into any other trading card games. Well, I mean, a little bit in Pokemon. I still have some of the original... I think I still have a starter kit or something from the... From Pokemon... When the first release of Pokemon cards. Still have some stuff left from that. Okay. Somewhere, I think. Alright. That's the hat. That's the juicer. And the block of wood. Now... I only need to place a sensor. We'll sense this and kick off a piece of wood. I need the wood on the bottom. Not so hard. Huh, really? I don't see public television ever because I don't have television, so I literally never know what they're doing in commercials. So that's news to me, wow. Wizards of the Coast is using star power now, are they? Alright. I need to kick all the pieces of wood off so that they don't clog this thing, so the leaves can get into it. Problem is the first one passes. It's not a problem. It's not actually a problem. Alright. If my scan is here. No, here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Right? That's where you'll be. So this is where I need to push. And this is where I need to scan. And this absurd contraption will give my overlords leaves. That's a miss. Okay. Sorry. Ahem. This absurd contraption Uh-oh. What? It's going off way more than I thought it would. I watched and I thought that these were coming out in time with the trees. Let's try a different input rate. No, they're not coming out at the same input rate. You expect... Yes, they are. It's the exact same input rate. So why isn't it going exactly in time with the wooden stumps? It should be. If they're coming in at the same input rate, why not? Ah, I see. It's so elegant to have this piece of wood and the leaves use the same track, but I suppose I can just be an elegant. Whatever. It's fine, I guess. Are on a separate track. Oh. Well, I mean, obviously. I don't know what I'm doing with the wood yet. Guess the wood can work its way this way. Since, after all, it's going to be on the bottom anyway. Okay. And you there are going to be on the top. I didn't lower it any. That's just the level it's naturally going through. So you have to go onto an ascender, no matter what I do. Okay, how high does that put you? Okay, to the ceiling. Makes it nice and easy once again. Surprisingly easy to manipulate things on the ceiling. Oh. Did I put that in the right spot? Guess not. Okay. It'll fall back down, and presumably this is where all the magic will happen. Except I don't want to necessarily scan that. That's not what I actually want to scan for. I want to scan for completed batteries. But... what am I going to time the pusher to push it off when it's complete? Let's see one actually fill up, though. Let's see what one actually looks like when it's full and if nothing else triggers. Okay. Nope, I have to do it myself. I have to do it myself. Alright. So, this will push you off when... Can't time it to the hats or the logs. Or for the juicing things. What the heck do I time you to? Wish I had just an option that just said sense when it's full. I don't want to kick it off early. I have nothing I can time this to. Because there's a roof, I can't do my trick with a falling block either. That would be handy. Well, I don't have any use for these until I get that. But the leaves are at such an uneven rate. What can I time it to? What can I time it to? How can I tell if it's full? This is the last thing. After this, I'm pretty much done. I can just weld it together and call it a day. This one problem. Timing of these is just not conducive. Logs are I don't know what to time it to. I wish I just had a timer. That would make things easy. Just a literal timer block. What craziness can I do? Rig up that will act as a timer. Could allow one of these branch blocks through. Could set something up that with an uplifter. So once I push it off, then it just kind of comes this way. There'll have to be a lifter involved, of course. Assemble with the hats and the log, and we'll be done. I'm so close. Well, let's see, I could use a blocker to block these until we're ready for them. Distance was appropriate. It's not. I have literally no idea what to time this against. Oh my gosh. I have everything else figured out. There's just this one problem. It should have occurred to me at the start. It should have been like, no, this is going to be my great difficulty. But here I am now worried about it. Extra leaves falling in isn't a problem. It can handle that. So it can be slower than it needs to, just not faster. As long as it doesn't trigger prematurely. If I pushed a blocker to make these come slower. 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next. Okay, I can use these. Okay. I can do this. Okay. I can scan here. Well. How will it know when it's time? Crap. Alright. Let's be sure. Alright. I'm absolutely positive that this will work with the block I never use, the blocker. And oddly, even though they're right next to each other, they will use different signals. And even though they're right next to each other, their signals will not interfere. Okay, blocked. Okay. Now, the moment that first leave passes... No, you're supposed to let them pass! This is why I never use blockers! Alright, fine. We can go another route. Stick a pusher here. Shit, that won't work. Simpler. How about this? Well, that's a lot simpler. We end up with excess leaves, but we already knew we would. Okay, we got this, we got this, we got this. Oh, that is so stupid simple. Okay. It's fine. No. Alright, this is not gonna push it all the way to the ceiling, however. I get the feeling. Let's see. Yep, one tile short. Alright, that's fine. Okay, should be right. I think that's right. Kinda hard to tell. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So... that's directly above you. That's the block we want to manipulate. So, a 4. Just sense it. 5. Connection done. You're supposed to be in the middle. So that puts you there. And the moment... The moment one passes this point, you finally get your signal and push one of the helmets onto it. Then we weld it all together, but I'll have one final problem. Where's my welders? A little weird that we're welding this, but whatever. Then the only problem we have is that this needs to be a 6. That means that this needs to be one more pusher. Which is fine because you can use the same signal. Okay. Gentlemen, this should work. My gosh, this was a hell of a complicated mess. Yep, some of the wood just gets stuffed off, leaves. It's a mess, okay? What? Oh. Yes, of course. My mistake. Oh, obviously. Obviously, I mean... I even had measured it, discovered it was one tile down, and then I somehow forgot, and, okay, let's try this again. I might have to do something to slow down the number of hats. Yes, I need to do something to slow up the hats. Which is super easy. I can just do this. Okay. Okay. Hey, whatever works. Oh! Shit. That is a problem. That is a problem. No, it's not. Okay. When that thing senses completion, we'll send a signal to you to push the whole thing off. You now need to be here, which means, you have to move over a top. No, undo. No, let me select. I have more problems with this selection box, I swear. Okay. I think I screwed something up somewhere. I just have that feeling, you know. Well, first there's that. Then there's, that. Okay, this is it. This will work. What an absurd, mad contraption that only... What the hell? Oh, yeah, that would totally do it. Oh, yeah, that would totally be a problem. Oh, yeah, that's, All these little problems. No, that will not work. Let's think about this for a second. Sorry, I'm adjusting myself. My feet are growing very, very cold. So, I am tucking them under my buttocks for warmth. Okay. Probably more information than you needed. But my mind is still in this puzzle. Problems. See, what's happening is when that one comes off that line, it's triggering the sensor that says it's complete, when it's not. That sensor's only supposed to trigger when the helmet lands in place. I need a sensor to say, hey, it's complete. Push. Problem is the only tile that I can do it on is this tile. All I need is to signal this thing periodically to push the entire stack. Well, you know what else I could use to signal completion? Anything. But most especially that track. No, shit, I screwed up. No. I need to pause it at the exact moment. That's the moment. So, I can push anywhere between here and there. So yeah, why not just hook you up to the same sensor as everything else? Hell, this should work. 3 things going off the same switch. I don't think I've ever done that before. But I see no reason it shouldn't work. Oh wait, yes I do. I see one reason why it shouldn't work. Yep, because it gets in the way of that, so the wood cannot be pushed. Okay. Well, I don't want to tangle my things up and send multiple signals down the same line, so what I'm going to have to do is instead, I'm going to have to put you here, and then be very careful. Oh my gosh. Very careful. Not to get in anything's way and not to let any of the lines touch. This mess will do it. What an inefficient jumble. I hope you aliens appreciate your relaxants. That's it! Work complete. Excess leaves are going to start tripping all over each other and it won't matter. Eventually, this whole thing will come unraveled, but I'll have gotten my 10 out before then. Trees processed. Why is the wood part of your relaxant thing? Yeah, eventually this is going to build up and this is going to back up. These are going to back off the track and start piling every which way. Yeah, inevitably this whole place is gonna fill with leaves. Yeesh. Huh. Could have done it with less blocks. By a lot. Yeah, all my scores are kind of middling, except cycle. Whew. Terrestrial drone, an aerial combat shuttle, and then a performance review. Unfortunately, that is it for today. These puzzles are so complicated and take so much time for me to fumble my way through, but we can at least take a peek at the terrestrial drone. It's a tank. Terrestrial drone. That is a tank. Huh. So. 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of blocks. They're all going to come out in ones, aren't they? Of course they are. So you mine those up from the ground somehow. And then these just come out of the warehouse things. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. Failure logs? Holy shit! That's a gun! You killed an alien! With a gun! Where did you get a gun? And is that a spear? Clean up on aisle 4. We have a spill. Do the aliens not care? Do they not have funeral rites? I am so freaking curious. Normally I save the logs and everything for the... No self-control, Hadriex. We will discover what the hell this is about next time. Which should be on Monday. Ugh. Where did you get a gun? That's not built out of blocks. You didn't make that. But you're one of us. You're not from Earth, you're wearing one of our suits. So you were a worker. There were 2 of you working together. They never let us work together. They keep us alone. There were logs about that before. The aliens gave you the gun not knowing what it was, like they gave me a hat and armpits of steel and all that. That doesn't explain the second guy with the spear in him. And, the aliens never come to these planets. Well. Alarak. Pain is true existence. I love Alarak. I don't know. Tomorrow is StarCraft 2 co-op, though. So I may well be playing Alarak tomorrow. Who knows? But until next time, and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Good night.